What's up? Welcome back to the Glasshead Podcast. It's your boy Saga Entity.
And this is Burgess Chase. We want to thank you guys for tuning back in with us again. And if you haven't checked out the last episode, episode 3, it's now available on all platforms and IGTV. So once again, we got a couple different things we're going to talk about. So let's talk about it.
Yep, it's been another week. Appreciate y'all tuning back in for those coming back. And if you're new, I appreciate you tuning in as well. This is the Glasshead Podcast, as we said once before. But just to jump into things, how's your past week been, Burgess? What you been getting into?
Man, been meeting with different people, different couple of things. I've been trying to get things lifted, get things going off the ground. But yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been a crazy week, to be quite honest. Like,
how so?
I had to go to the hospital.
Hey, man.
I had to for a personal matter.
Gets raging.
I got a phone call about something that was like, whoa, I was not really expecting about
crazy calls,
like a certain business opportunity, and just been a wild week, and I feel like once again protecting the peace has been the ultimate goal in trying to just make sure that you can maintain some positivity throughout chaos. You know what I'm saying? So like that's been with me right now. What about you? What's been going on with you this week?
So I have dropped all my like ashtray, rolling trays, coasters, buttons, the Never Been Alive trays. I've dropped that. And I just kind of launched the whole Never Been Alive brand this past week with designs and all that, which has been nice. It's been exciting. I have a couple of orders for some bundles of the trays and just some other custom orders, which is always a good thing. So just trying to push that along. You invest in yourself. You're trying to get some return on that investment.
Yes, sir.
But everything comes with time, and I'm ready to put in the work. And we have some good things coming up. We have some big things. Within the collective, we do have Dorian's dropping Gold, his line. He has a collection coming out in a couple weeks, and we have Lavish dropping on this Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Some more shirts. So, we all got a lot of things going on. And DJ Bryn, one of the big things.
Shouts out DJ Bryn Touch.
If you want to see us, we'll be there. And DJ Bryn will be performing at Live Oak in Houston, Texas.
This Friday.
If y'all are going to be there. Be safe with the mask up.
Yes, you have to get a mask. If you don't have one, we can actually order one from Gold now.
And you got we have the gold emblem with the logo.
Yeah, you got Black Lives Matter
right here with the Black Lives Matter as well, and then the gas mask logo as well. Yeah. So man, we're all pushing, we're all putting in work. This is what this for. This is collective. Is for all of y'all to see what we got going on. But what I also wanted to say, just while y'all are here listening, if y'all have any input, what y'all want to talk to, if y'all are hearing us and like, damn, wish they would talk about this. Hey, let us know.
Yeah.
Shoot in the comment. Jay Scott, his information, hit him up, our manager. Or if y'all have an interview y'all want to do, this August is coming up real soon, and we're gonna start getting into interviews, get the equipment for that.
Yeah, we already got a big list actually. Almost,
yeah, but we got it. We'll get it. We'll get it together. We're gonna get some more equipment to allow us to have some interviews. We want to have these local artists on. We want to have our people on. We want to put y'all on. So
exactly.
If y'all have anything y'all want us to talk about, because hey, we just had how many discussions on what to talk about. You know what I mean? So we are running out of topics.
Yes,
please
sir.
hit us with the topics.
Hit us up.
That's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because we fight over it.
Exactly.
We fight. We get frustrated. Big mad, little mad.
Yeah.
I need to step out. I need to step out for a minute mad. What I mean?
No, and it's not an easy process, and that's the thing that, because we're all friends here, at the end of the day, we were all cool in high school and this, that, but we all had our own personal agenda that we wanted to do with our lives. So, but in this moment right now, it's, this agenda that we've all had individually.
Collective.
It's starting to become collective now. So,
which we're not used to.
It's not used to. It's not a normal thing. But, I feel like working with your friends, a lot of people say, he actually read a book. And the number one thing is said,
don't worry. I read the thing about the podcast. It was like, oh, you want to start a podcast? Read the chapter about co-hosting.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 little chapters on co-hosting, and the first thing it said was, I caution against you co-hosting with your friends because, like, at the end of the day, podcast is a business. With anything else, this is a business, and you don't want to ruin a friendship. But honestly, we all have our own. We all have our place in our own like industries. Yeah. But they all coincide and they all coexist together in the right way. So,
and I definitely believe
it's tough.
It's tough, but I believe that, and that's why I don't necessarily agree with the thing. Oh, you can't work with your friends, because there's a beautiful thing that you have between the chemistry and your friends that you're not going to be able to have with a stranger, or with even just somebody that's like just there for the money, because you want to have that transparent and genuine relationship. Well, if you're getting in a business ordeal, they're only there for the money. They're not there because they're trying to be your friend or they're necessarily genuinely trying to see you succeed. They're there to see, oh, I'm benefiting in a money or cash. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, that's the goal. We want to make it in this realm. We want to make it in our own realms. You know what I mean? And we all want to help each other eat. We all want that for each other, of course. But it is hard working with your friends. You know what I mean? Because like y'all are so used to getting together and we're gonna chop it up. Yeah. We're finna chill, or sip and whatever.
Yeah, do whatever friends do.
Exactly.
You know
just hang out.
But then it's like you get to the point where
we don't. How does he work? Oh, he works a little bit differently than I thought.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And like it's hard to get used to that, but. Honestly, like there's a big payoff when it works out, because like we are only week 4 into this, so we're gonna keep pressing. We're gonna keep pressing with the content. We're gonna keep pushing it forward. We're gonna be consistent, and that's what we want to present to y'all too. If y'all stay consistent, it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna have to pay off.
Even show y'all on this part, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about it, like putting it out there. It's hopefully somebody is gonna look at this and connect to it in a way that they're like, wow, like. Hey, I'm trying to start a business with my friends, and we're dealing with certain issues, and damn, we think that it's easy for them, and it's not easy for us.
That's really even what started this. You know what I'm saying?
It really,
because we were like, oh, these people are doing it, we can do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No,
and
for real.
Even Chaos Goldie behind the camera. You know what I mean? Like. Him and I actually were in this position, so you know what I mean.
Before I even came in,
like trying to do it with just us two, and now we got 4 people, and we still are like trying to get it done every week. You know, so like you need a team, you need multiple people,
and you need
That's why also we're gonna get more of the equipment, so everybody can be on, and y'all can really see everybody's perspective. You know what I mean, on everything and how we all interact. Yeah. So it's tough working with your friends and trying to like get used to everybody's work ethic. Because even just now we're all arguing. Like, should we go take a walk, clear our mind, or let's keep working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's definitely a learning curve, but once all that comes together, it really is a beautiful outcome.
It is. So just moving a couple things forward. Yeah. One thing I did notice was when I got on Twitter the other day, man, and I saw that it was trending that they were thinking about doing subscription modeling. What in the world? I apologize.
And they were also playing ads off computers as well.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Right? They're just listening to you talking. They're like, boom, we're going to hit them with that right now.
That's also what's being talked about.
Technical difficulty, though.
But yeah, that's been talked about on social media platforms.
Like
I've heard.
High school.
Yeah, we've all heard about it. They're going to start charging for this. They're going to start charging for this. But honestly, I don't think it'll ever happen because social media was invented to be free, in my opinion, So, but what we have seen is the paid promotion. You can, we were talking about how Instagram changed their algorithm to only 10% of your following is going to see your post.
Exactly.
Which sucks for many people because they depend on that. And that's why you see so many people post on things like Instagram and Twitter. And you got to just keep putting out that content because otherwise it legitimately will not get seen unless you happen to pay for it. And you pay Instagram because, I've had some paid posts. We know people who do paid posts. Yeah. You'll be scrolling on your Instagram and in the middle there's this promotion of whoever, some artist from Kentucky that you never seen,
product of lotion or
and that's because the only reason why that happens is because either the creator or usually Instagram has said, oh, you are in relation to this person, you know what I mean? So we think that you're gonna like it,
and that's what they do because
that's exactly what they do.
Go into when you're paying for that paid ad. They're going to look and ask you, well, do you want to create your own audience that you want to promote to, or do you want us to use our algorithm that we already have created.
And you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah, you go.
And they're going to literally use the people that are already following you, and they're using their formula of liking pictures, interaction, and they're going to just feed it into that. And that's all it is that they're accessing that 90% of your other following and just growing it. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, that's how they're, they're profiting in a way. Now,
they're definitely profiting, and hopefully your following gets grown because really, So what that paid promotion does for you is it does open up people looking at your post, but it'll only get you it gets you likes, and likes are cool and all, but Instagram also changed it up to where likes really don't matter because you don't even.
That's very true.
Well, they're not listed
true.
anymore.
Yeah.
So you can't see if someone has 300,000 likes, it's just gonna say thousands of people liked it. Yeah. So that's not really your favorite. What you got to do is in that post, it's gonna have to have whatever product you're trying to sell, whether it's your own brand or a product you're actually selling physically, anything. You're gonna have to have that in the post, and then keep it flooded with content frequently afterwards, so people stay on.
And so that's why having a loyal good budget. Following. That's why having a good budget when you're going to just advertising in that portion of just marketing and at all in general. You need to have a solid budget that's gonna be substantial enough to be able to hold in that frequency of interaction. Yeah. Because it is a little bit more than just likes. You're getting people coming in, and sometimes they might not just like it. They're gonna go to your profile. They're gonna click that link in your bio. They're gonna see who's actually interacting with the this profile or Instagram picture. They're gonna see, do my friends know about this product? Do my friends comment and like on this picture? Yeah. And that's the thing where people go into, if one person does it, I'm gonna do it, and that's all they're doing. They're just trying to,
you're trying to, you want people to buy into you. You know what I mean? That's what you want. That you want people to buy into what you have to present to the world. So, like the post that I have as my page is it's like I'm like kind of a Model S type pose with a good caption. So you know what I mean? Like you want in that post, like for instance, say you're selling shirts, say you're selling like a skin cream or anything like that. Like you want an attention grabber that's really gonna get them to be like, oh, let me look at this. And in your caption, it has to have something to where you want them to visit your page and have that good content up, so they press that follow and they keep following you. No, definitely. And that's tough. That's tough to do. It's tough to figure it out. It's tough to have a plan to where it's like, all right, this is what I'm presenting, and it's gonna go like this, and these are the type of people who are gonna buy it. Like regardless of anything, like those kinds of thoughts as a creative, as an artist, is what needs to go through your head besides your art. Yes. Besides creating your art, now you're I don't want to say burdened, but to some people, I guess like me, is a burden of like, oh man, now I got to think about how I got to post this and how I got to do this. And it honestly, like for someone like me, in my mindset, it takes away from that creativity. But for a lot of people, like it even opens up a whole new level of like, I can get creative with these posts.
But that's where that's where I was going to get at into the next subject, is that when we're in those realms of trying to going back into like what we were talking about in the first episode, solidarity, is you're in those moments of where you're by yourself. But those moments become very unfamiliar.
Just a quick cutoff.
What's up?
We got that wrong, apparently. So solidarity doesn't mean like staying on your own. Solidarity means like I stand in agreement with this person. Like I stand in solidarity with this person. My sister actually let me know on a FaceTime call, like that's the actual meaning of solidarity, is like it's you standing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's you standing in agreement with somebody or an opinion. So solitary is what we were looking for on that.
Oh, okay. Solidarity. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just in solitude, being
solitude.
Solitude. That's what we were looking for.
There you go. And I have a degree, y'all. So, but it's wild though. So being in solitude at those times that are very, right? So, hey man, we're transparent as hell. You can't say
it's the key. It's the key. It's a glass head, baby.
No, seriously,
we're at.
You gotta be able to grow. But just being in those moments that you're in solitude and just not around other people, and you're in those moments that are somewhat, they feel unfamiliar to you. Like those type of moments we feel like, yo, like, I don't know where I'm going to make a move. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And I don't know how to connect the dots here. Those are the moments that we can truly create something unique. It's almost like going back into when I saw an interview with David Bowie, you know, rest in peace to him. He was talking about when he was in the moments of his greatest creations, he felt like he was like feet were like off the ground and like he's like about to fall over. But he says if that's how you're feeling in some moments, you're on the cusp of something very great. And you know what I'm saying? So like you can't be afraid to just be, you know, somewhere and that's called like leaving that land of familiar. You know, if you ever heard of a book called The Dream Giver, the main thing about that whole book is leaving the land of familiar and entering, you know, crossing the bridge of opportunity and entering the valley of giants, you know, going out in the valley of giants, obviously being life, you know, but we can't be afraid. That's my whole thing. We can't be afraid of those moments where it's like unfamiliar to us.
Exactly, because that is really what propel things forward. Because you know, I've definitely been in moments like, you know, or we know people, we've been in present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like even though, you know, I feel like we relate a lot of things to us, but from our perspective, you know, like I've definitely been in those moments where it's like, damn, I really just recorded a hit. You know, I really just did that, and then you sit down, you're like, well, shit, how is it gonna reach the masses? How am I gonna? How am I? You know, one of like, you know, 100 rappers trying to make it in, you know, my little area right now. How am I gonna get it out? And then that's when you sit down and you come up with those posts. Yes. And how am I gonna do this? And the plan. Come up with
the clever marketing.
Because here's what it is: like you always want to have content to present. Always, you want to have a bank of content that you just have ready at the ready. You know.
Yeah.
And then once you get that game plan of how you're gonna post, when you're gonna release, and your target audience, especially, you need to have that in mind. Like, who am I gonna reach? Because until you know who you're gonna reach, then you can market to those people. And then when you market to those people, that's when you get put on. Boom. You know, so like, and then it gets even more exciting to where it's like you will have that same feeling of like, oh, I just made a hit, or I just made a masterpiece. That same feeling will come to you. You'll just be like, man, I just made a great plan of marketing. Like you'll have that same like that completed feeling, or not complete, I don't even know what to say, but like what David Bowie was saying, you know what I mean, that lifted feeling of dang, like I'm really about to do something, you know. And I feel like that is like some of the message, you know what I mean, like
it is a part of the message. It's also like, it goes into just having faith in that
process,
you know what I'm saying, into like, that intuition of going throughout all that and being, it's like, oh, did I pray for this? And then it gets here, and it's like, I'm not going to take it because I don't want to believe that it's actually here now.
No, seriously.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
that's
you self. No, you self.
Not what you should do.
You self manifest.
Yes,
we talked about that. Like you self manifest in your mind, and like I'm a true believer of like you don't even have to speak things into existence for it to happen. Like if you have either a bad mindset or a good mindset, whatever it may have you, like that's what's going to come into existence. Because if you're thinking bad things are happening, if the only thing you think is nobody's going to like this is not going to work, it will never happen, and nobody will like you. Because
seriously, man.
that is just facts. Like once you finally get it within yourself, like I can do this, I have something that I know people are going to relate to, people are going to pick it up, people are going to adopt how I'm presenting this. You know what I'm saying? Like once you have that confidence, then like that's when other people will perceive like, oh, okay, like they really do have something going on. They really do have something to present the world.
Off of just the perception that this guy has enough confidence and to believe in something, and it's almost like it's a reflection of, wow, I don't have enough confidence to believe in something that much, but I see somebody else doing that in something that they want to do. It's like that's where people get connected to that, man. That's where people get connected to the brand or something, because it's like I'll idolize as a client or a customer or a fan this person putting necessarily their whole life on the line to sacrifice their whole life to try to attain a certain goal. That inspires me. And now I want to follow this person for the rest of my life.
And it's so crazy you say that, because like no, that's really how it works. Because like I forgot what rapper it was. I saw a little like snippet, and he brought like a kid on stage, you know, and he was like helping him rap some of his songs. I forgot who it was, but yeah, and so he was he was like,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
but
saw it.
Anyways, I mean, it doesn't matter who it is, but I mean, he was like, what you want to be when you grow up? And he was like, I want to be a rapper. And he was like, oh, for real? Like, and he was like, you want to rap for them? And the kid was like, nah. And he was like, what, like, you're scared, like they won't like you or whatever? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I was like that too. And I stopped giving a fuck. And you know what I'm saying? And then it like went off. But like that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that is exactly what it is. Like,
I think it was Logic.
No. I didn't know it wasn't Logic.
No. All right.
I know for a fact it was not Logic.
You sure? Okay. Because I've seen a lot of footages with Logic
everything,
like that.
On everything, I know for a fact it was not Logic. For a fact, factual.
You know he actually just dropped an album.
Well, he dropped his last album.
Yes, he did.
He broke down on whatever. I don't know what he's on, but I saw his what was
Instagram.
Instagram, but he broke down about how what he said social media or the internet hurts him, right? Every time he's on the internet or something, it just hurts him, and you know, we all know that he went through a divorce, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And he has a kid, you know, so he just was like, I just want to be a father now. He was like, this isn't going the way I wanted to. I still have these problems and need to work on stuff. And that, you know what? That goes back to like Kid Cudi, you know, because Kid Cudi had the same not the same.
No, he had similar. A very similar,
you know what
similar
I mean?
ordeal because
but it was
after a race to a speeding bullet.
Mm-hmm.
That album, he got so the media, his fan base, the public, everybody just trashed him after that album because
it was different.
It was extremely experimental, and to be quite honest, if it was dropped in like 2019, 2018, I think it would have done very, very well.
Well, he would have
been like, oh, that's touching new realms because let's be honest, Kids See Ghosts. If you go back and listen to Kids See Ghosts, and you go back and listen to a speeding race to a bullet, whatever.
Speeding bullet from heaven.
A speeding bullet. Yeah, thank you. Speeding bullet to heaven, and you go compare the two, they're pretty much almost the same. If you really to be quite honest, because the melodies and the harmonies, the way he comes and hums, obviously he has that humming. That's
actually no. There is literally studies done about the sonics of his like hymns and his humming and how Kid Cudi figured out a way to do, or not figured out a way, but just the way he mixes it and the way his sonics is legitimately soothing to the mind.
Ear. Yeah,
like seriously, like it's literally like the way he does that is just on another level. And that he even said it himself. He was like, that album was my cry for help. That was my like, I need help. I need to get out of this, you know, because he is, you know, very open now about how his struggles with depression and his, you know, the drug use with it, you know, because if you want to talk about, you know, psychedelics and shrooms, I mean, he's one of the forefronts of how that can open yourself up and, you know, like just go those lengths. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was willing to do anything to open up his mind and figure out what was going on, and that was his album of this is my call, it's my cry for help, you know. And then he had like a very public of going into treatment, getting some treatment for his mental state, and you know, it was still a taboo time of mental health and spreading that awareness of, hey, like, you need, like, everybody needs to talk to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, and it should, you know, there's never any like, should never be looked down upon for getting a professional help. You know what I mean? Because therapy is a godsend for a lot of people, and it helps people out of ruts that you'll never even know.
No, for real. No, seriously.
And I mean, you know, like,
no, I ain't gonna lie. I've done therapy.
Yeah,
I've had therapy sessions.
Yeah, we both been. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, and that's, I'll be honest, man. It's nothing. If you're feeling like you seeking out a therapist or just anybody from a professional point of view for help, don't, and if somebody's like backing that thought as crazy, oh, like, I don't think that's, you know, a sensical thing to do or logical thing, then you need to question that person's logical sense and just generality of how they look at life, because then they probably need some help, because you can't do anything necessarily, not say on your own, but to try to seek out help for mental or emotional distress, is there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong, and you shouldn't feel bad, especially if you're a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Especially my black men, and because like, and that's why to be honest, I'm being very open about it, is because us as black men, we don't have that podium or necessarily that platform to stand on or support system. You know, like we don't have that out here, and it's just now becoming a thing. If you realize, it's being battled with in the media. You know, going back into how Kanye West and even not even thinking about Kanye West, go and think about Dave Chappelle. Look how Dave Chappelle literally disappeared, man.
And
people
even
wonder
going
why.
Back before all those times, it was completely taboo in the community for anybody to go get, you know what I'm saying, like any type of psychological help, but especially in the black community, it's been like very much disbanded. And like, I've heard awful stories about what my friends have been through, and I tell them like, hey, why don't you go get some help? And it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You hear like, oh, that's not, you know what I mean? We don't do that.
It's not. We don't do that.
No, and honestly,
I mean?
I've heard from like my friends that are black, they'll be like, well, black people don't do that. You know what I mean? And like that's a narrative that definitely should be changed, and I hope it does get changed, because I can, I can't even imagine how it feels to keep everything in
terrible.
You, like to keep
you feel
it pent
boxed
up like
in,
that.
you feel like you feel like you're alone. You don't even have the world with you. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
somebody
when
is
I say
there for
the
you.
world, like you're it's the saying, you're in this world alone. It's like I don't even have myself.
Exactly. That's what you're
saying.
That's essentially what you're saying.
I don't even have myself to help me, because myself is labeled and boxed in to a image and thing. Because I'm not even a human being anymore. I'm not being treated as a person anymore, because I can't even go out and seek help that normal human beings can go do. But society says that black men, you can't do that. Well, I'm here to say fuck that. You can do that, bro. You can go get that help.
No, and yeah, exactly, like that. And that is what Kid Cudi was trying to was doing for himself. He was going and getting that help, And hey, man, that's probably what Logic's gonna do too.
Oh no, definitely, and I don't blame it, because it's the end of the day. At the end of that road, the creation that they can create after being able to access that part of reality and society and just opening their minds, it's unreal. I've learned that as just from my experience in dealing with therapy, that I've been able to attain and do certain things that I thought I would not necessarily been able to like think and do. In these very pivotal times. Exactly,
and that's what we're all here to do, is support each other and put each other up when we're trying to get those new ventures, But hey, man, this has feel like been a really good episode. We're running out of time. Got about 2 minutes left. So Burgess, what you need to shout out right quick.
Oh yeah, man. So once again,
DJ
I think I want to say, what's the day? Tuesday. I want to say by Sunday or Monday of this coming month, so August 2nd or 3rd, the new Heat of the Day playlist will be out on Apple Music and Spotify. Stay tuned in for the BW Radio.
Listen.
We inform you on all kinds of different things going on in the industry. Also, check out DJ Brent Taught You if you need any type of DJing, any type of music for an event.
He's at Live Oak on Friday.
This Friday, we're at Live Oak in Houston, Texas, off Southmore Boulevard.
It's on Southmore in Live Oak. So
yeah, Live Oak and Southmore. So be there Friday. The time and everything will be announced real soon, but be on the lookout for that. Also, another thing, my girlfriend just is about to release her YouTube page, Breed. Be on the lookout that Breed TV. And what you got, B?
Yeah, so we got the resin coming in, and we got all of our brands. Shout out Gold in a couple weeks, and Lavish, and Lord be out in Chicago holding it down. But you already know we got it going on at the Glasshead Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Facts.